Asha Degree, a 9-year-old girl, went missing from her home in Shelby, North Carolina on Valentine's Day in 2000. The events surrounding her disappearance remain a chilling and enduring mystery. Here's what we know about the bizarre story of Asha Degree. On the night of February 14, 2000, Asha vanished from her bedroom. Her parents had tucked her into bed without issue the night before. After midnight, a nearby car accident left the neighborhood without power. Asha's father checked on her and found her still sound asleep. However, sometime between then and 6:30 a.m., she disappeared without a trace. Asha was a sensible 4th grader who lived a studious life. She was wary of strangers and wouldn't even pet local dogs. Her disappearance was baffling because she was younger than most children who run away from home. Investigators couldn't find a clear reason why she might have left. Asha packed her black backpack with a t-shirt and a school library book. Despite heavy rain and wind, she stepped outside and walked along North Carolina Highway 18. 2 drivers reported seeing her around 4 a.m., but when one turned around to check on her, Asha ran off into the woods. She has never been seen again. An intensive search began immediately, but it led to only a few of her personal effects near where she was last seen. A year and a half later, her still-packed book bag was found at a construction site along Highway 18. A billboard now stands at the spot where she ran into the woods, appealing for help in finding her. While the initial circumstances suggested she might have run away, investigators later concluded that Asha had been abducted. Her family continues to actively search for clues, and the case has drawn national media attention. In 2015, the FBI joined state and county authorities in a reopened investigation, offering a reward for information that could help solve the mystery. Asha Degree's disappearance remains a haunting enigma, leaving her family and the community desperate for answers after 24 years. Tim Molnar, a 19-year-old aeronautical mechanics student, vanished under mysterious circumstances in Daytona Beach, Florida, on January 24, 1984. His disappearance remains an enduring enigma, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions and chilling clues. Here are the key details surrounding the disappearance and death of Tim Molnar. On that fateful day, Tim began his morning routine dropping off his 14-year-old brother at school. He then headed to class at Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. However, after returning home to retrieve his forgotten bike, Tim drove away from his house and his family never saw him again. Tim's first breadcrumb was when he used his parents' credit card to purchase a full tank of gas at a station in Lake City, Florida, approximately 150 miles from Daytona Beach. This transaction occurred on the same day he was last seen by his family. Later, Tim's abandoned car was found near the Greyhound bus station in Atlanta, Georgia. Inside the car were his wallet, ID, and credit cards. Notably missing were valuable items: the stereo he had installed himself, his bike, and an expensive tool set. Tim had also withdrawn almost all the money from his savings account before leaving, suggesting he might have been planning to start a new life. Tim's body was discovered in a frozen sheet of ice within a pine plantation near Neosho, Wisconsin, or by another account in a secluded woodlot in Merton, Wisconsin, approximately 850 miles from where he started his journey in 1984. Strangely, there was no evidence of trauma on his body. The circumstances surrounding Tim Molnar's disappearance remain baffling. Why did he leave without packing any clothes? Why did he abandon his prized car, leaving behind valuable possessions? In 1995, Unsolved Mysteries aired a segment about Tim, hoping to locate him. Ironically, just days after his disappearance, Tim became heir to a substantial sum of $50,000. Tim Molnar's story continues to haunt those who seek answers. Was it a voluntary disappearance, foul play, or something more inexplicable. The icy silence surrounding his fate remains a chilling testament to the mysteries that defy explanation. Tammy Lynn Leppard, a talented actress, model, and beauty queen, vanished under mysterious circumstances in Cocoa Beach, Florida, on July 6, 1983. Her story is both haunting and perplexing, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions and chilling clues. Here's what we know about the mysterious disappearance of Tammy Lynn Leppard. Tammy was born in Rockledge, Florida on February 5, 1965. From a young age, she participated in beauty contests, winning nearly 280 crowns in about 300 beauty pageants. She graced the cover of CoverGirl magazine in October 1978, and began landing small roles in films. Notably, she played a boxer in the teen romp Spring Break, and appeared as a bikini-clad lookout in the Al Pacino cult classic, Scarface. Her legs and torso even adorned the iconic movie poster for Spring Break. After the Spring Break shoot, Tammy's behavior changed. She became sullen and paranoid, claiming she had seen something she shouldn't have. Her mother, concerned about her mental state, checked her into a facility. A few weeks later, Tammy vanished without a trace. On July 6, 1983, Tammy left her Rockledge home with a male friend. They argued during the drive, and he dropped her off near the old glass bank building on State Road A1A in Cocoa Beach. She was last seen wearing a blue denim shirt decorated with flowers, a matching skirt, a gray purse, and sandals. Some agencies believe she left without shoes or money. Despite extensive searches, Tammy Lynn Leppard has never been found. The internet buzzes with rumors from drug cartels to money laundering to even well-known Hollywood actors being involved in her disappearance. Some suggest she may have been pregnant or witnessed something dangerous. Interestingly, around the same time, John Crutchley, a suspected serial killer known as the Vampire Rapist, moved to Brevard County. Could there be a connection? Tammy's story remains a chilling enigma, echoing through the years. Whether she met a tragic fate or embarked on a new life, the truth eludes us. It was a girl in the 19th century who was murdered after a party. She went to a friend's house to get dressed, then she went to the party. It was on a particular holiday I don't remember. She met a man named Thornton at the party and left with him. She was found the next day in a park. She had been raped and strangled. Thornton was put on trial but acquitted due to lack of evidence, and it was never solved. The weirdest thing was that in the 1970s it happened again, and both crimes were nearly identical. It was the same holiday, the same town. The girl went to her friends to get dressed, and they then went to the party. She met a man named Thornton and left with him, and was found the next day raped and strangled in the same park, very close to where the first girl was found. Again, Thornton was put on trial but acquitted due to lack of evidence. That story is just weird. Also, both girls have the same birthday. Terrence Woods Jr., a talented film worker with big dreams, vanished under mysterious circumstances in October 2018 while filming for a television show in Idaho. His disappearance remains an enduring enigma, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions and chilling clues. Here's what we know about the bizarre disappearance of Terrence Woods Jr. Terrence always had big dreams. He wanted to be a film producer, and he pursued his passion by studying at the University of Maryland and earning a double master's degree in London. By October 2018, it seemed like those dreams were coming true. Terrence was working as a production assistant on a shoot in Idaho for the Discovery Channel documentary series, Gold Rush, Dave Turin's Lost Mind, with London-based production company Raw TV. On the evening of October 5, 2018, Terrence vanished while shooting on location in Idaho. He had been exploring disused mines in the mountainous regions of the western United States. Moments before his disappearance, Terrence told a local woman assisting the crew that he needed to use the bathroom. Associate producer Simon G. noticed Terrence drop his radio, and then saw him running down a steep cliff into the forest. Terrence disappeared into the trees, running faster than anyone had ever seen before. Despite extensive search efforts, including ground searchers, all-terrain vehicles, and helicopters, no trace of Terrence was found. The search was eventually called off after 6 days. The original Idaho County Sheriff's Office mentioned that Terrence was having a really hard time emotionally and had a mental breakdown earlier that day. However, Terrence's family found these statements conflicting. When pushed to confirm these claims, they were retracted. To Terrence's family and friends, the story of his disappearance doesn't add up. Why did he suddenly run into the forest? What led to his anxiety attack? The mystery remains unsolved. Terrence Woods Jr.'s story echoes through the years, leaving us with more questions than answers. Whether he met a tragic fate or embarked on a new life, the truth eludes us. Brian Randall Schaefer, an American medical student at the Ohio State University College of Medicine, vanished under mysterious circumstances on the night of March 31, 2006. His disappearance remains an enduring enigma, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions and chilling clues. Here's what we know about the bizarre disappearance of Brian Schaefer. Brian grew up in Pickerington, Ohio, a suburb outside of Columbus. He was the eldest of Randy and Renee Schaefer's 2 sons. After graduating from the local high school in 1997, he attended Ohio State University for his undergraduate studies. 6 years later, he graduated with a degree in microbiology. Brian's dream, however, extended beyond medicine. He wanted to start a band, drawn to the tropical lifestyle of Jimmy Buffett, and even had Pearl Jam's logo tattooed on his arm. During his time at medical school, Brian became romantically involved with another medical student, Alexis Wagner. They planned a spring break trip to Miami, where Brian was expected to propose to her. On March 31, 2006, Brian and his roommate William Clint Florence went to the Ugly Tuna Saloon bar in Columbus University District to blow off steam from their spring finals. Around 1:15 a.m., security footage showed Brian, Clint, and a friend named Meredith Reed riding the escalator to the bar's second-story entrance. However, Brian inexplicably re-emerged outside before 2 a.m., chatting with 2 women in their 20s. After that, he vanished without a trace. Calls from his father and Alexis went unanswered, and Brian missed his flight. He was designated as a missing person that day. The security camera footage outside the Ugly Tuna Saloon captured Brian's last moments. This disappearance has never been solved. Investigators are puzzled over the fact that there was no other publicly accessible entrance or exit to the bar at that time. While foul play has been suspected, including the possible involvement of the purported smiley-face serial killer, some speculate that Brian might be alive and living somewhere else under a new identity. Brian Schaefer's story echoes through the years, leaving us with more questions than answers. Whether he met a tragic fate or embarked on a new life, the truth eludes us. Why is there no footage of Brian Schaefer leaving the bar and only entering it? Bizarre story.